And we can drift and float to the next most important time and place. Be there now. Tell me what you see and sense around you.
There's green energy and trees are as sentient beings.
Green energy and trees, sentient beings.
There's also this mist in the light in the atmosphere of this place that's like shimmering glow, like those colors, the pinky, lilac-y glow and shimmer as you walk by the trees. They're it's like they're interacting with this light through their sentience and through their life force. They are part of this atmosphere, and so when you walk through it, it's like shifting, and it's actually almost like you can direct the flow of this light as well. As you walk through it, it shimmers and shifts and is part of you, but then you can also direct it.
Beautiful. So who are these beings that are in this space?
Like the trees are sentient beings.
Yeah.
And they work with this light.
They work with the misty light in the atmosphere.
They work with it. They are it. They are part of it. And they heal the atmosphere with it. By some kind of clearing and a cleansing of the light through the trees as it passes through their vessels.
That's beautiful.
It feels very beautiful. It feels like very pure. It's like reinstating purity.
That's lovely. Is there anything else about this space that jumps out?
Just like the vibrancy and how alive the trees are. And like they have this glowing light of spirit within their branches and their roots.
Is this on Earth?
This is how trees are here. We may not always see them as such. This is the power that they hold. And there's a lot more color that I'm seeing, but I think it's just a matter of perception. In the air, I mean, like it didn't feel like Earth, but this is how I think it was. They were just showing me this color to show me how they have this colorful role to play in a movie.
Yeah.
It's like they add to the pink and purpley hues in our space, and they have this purifying, beautifying, reinstating of love within our atmosphere.
It's beautiful.
I'm seeing river, so it's almost like they have a purifying effect on our water as well. The water and the air. like they have a healing effect.
So this is the true nature of trees.
Yeah.
This is like their abilities that we can't necessarily see. Is that?
Yeah, it's their collective ability. And we have such an intricate connection all over the earth to purify the air and the water and the earth.
Beautiful. Trees are good. Trees are good. Trees are good. Is there anything else that wants to come through here?
You're seeing the trees, like seeing the globe and the trees all around this globe, and it's like they're all connected to each other underneath the earth and within the atmosphere. It's like a collective of trees, and it's really beautiful.
I can feel that lovely, vibrant, healing energy that you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And also actually just how we connect our sacral to that energy. And potentially maybe perhaps connect with this energy to I don't think there's a word called transist, but transist the energy is like channel it. For that same healing to occur within our bodies. And so that same process of purification is through the light of the spirit in the trees. Through the light of the spirit in the trees that we can connect with again and let it flow through our bodies to help us heal our bodies and our minds and our state of being, like to be in resonance with that beautiful pure state.
Sounds like a good thing for us to be doing right now.
Yeah, when we're looking to preserve our true state, when we're looking to preserve our true way of being, it's channeling that in order to facilitate healing and light. I'm just seeing again this like light emanating from our actual bodies when we channel this energy. I think this will be necessary to teach people. It's also activating our light bodies through this process. It removes any density, and again, it's just this pure light of spirit, so it can flow freely and dislodge density of matter and spirit, samskara, density of any form.
So it can help transmute and transform these dense energies in within our bodies.
It's like it can be blasted away. I mean, so, maybe in a more gentle manner, but it has the power to, dense tissue, dark, dense tumor tissue. It has the power to infiltrate and disintegrate.
So if we were wanting to connect to this energy, how would we do that?
The answer I got there was simply sitting by a stream, you know, surrounded by the trees.
Mm-hmm.
And then bringing your awareness to your sacral, to the soles of our feet, and becoming a channel for this true state of being. So that's how it can flow through our bodies. If we open to it, it's available.
Mm. So I guess our intention to connect.
Our intention, removing the barriers around our minds that make us think this isn't possible, to absolutely be in knowing that it is possible. Because we are recentering our knowing out of I don't know why the word deliverance just came into my head, but
just go with it.
So being open to it and believing and purifying, then it can flow. And again, I'm seeing like a mist, like this dense, darker mist is lifting as you let it flow through your body and being, because it's clearing this darker, the clouds that may have been veiling.
Beautiful. Is there any more information that wants to come through here?
No, I think I've just been shown a path that we have to move down now.
Okay. So let's move down that path. Let's drift and flow to the next most relevant and most important scene that has information for us. Moving there now. And when you're there, you can tell me what you see, sense, and feel around you.
I'm sensing a jigsaw puzzle. I thought it was the land, but I don't quite know what it is yet. But jigsaw, two pieces of a jigsaw puzzle.
Two pieces.
And it was like a chasm that had been there before. That was being. This is being sealed up. This is being merged. It's reminding me of like the hemispheres of the brain and matter in the brain, but
so it's been sealed up, or it's being sealed up?
There's like a fusion happening. Where before there was a chasm, there was a fusion occurring.
Is this within the collective? Or is this a physical thing?
Continental divides. they're using to, so there is no divide. I did see those tendrils of light there, and it was like it was like the light flowing through the earth, through the what are they called? The ley lines, through the ley lines of the earth, this light.
So light moving through the ley lines.
Yeah, I saw that first, and then there was the message of the continental fusion, and it used to be continental divide, but it's not. It's continental fusion.
Fusion.
Yeah.
So is the light connected to that fusion? Is the light that's moving through these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our channels, I think it's having a healing. It's providing a healing to the continental rifts and divides. It's bringing a fusion instead of a divide.
And how does that fusion look at a human level?
Integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Within our being, within our energy centers, there's integrity. There's sovereignty of our energy fields as we own, or as we fully embody our energy fields without leaks. It's just started to rain here.
Beautiful. So is this happening currently? Is this what's happening right now?
And this is what happens when people own their authenticity and their integrity and sovereignty of their own light fields and what they give their energy to. The knock-on impact of that is not actually divide, but integration. You would think it would be the opposite, or you might imagine it may be the opposite, that you perceive it in people being selfish as they reclaim their own energy, but it's not. It's their own sovereign divinity they're reclaiming, and as they do so, there is a shift from continental divide toward fusion.
So it's creating unity, I guess.
Yeah.
And
as you become the embodiment of your own light, as you activate the Merkaba star, there's a harmony sweeping expanding harmony from all of these Merkabas across the planet. They're all linked with light. It's like they're all interlinked, this fabric and web of interlinking Merkabas.
So it creates its own web around the planet.
Again, the sacral is so, it's like a crucial aspect, is the sacral activation.
Okay. And what's important about this sacral activation?
It's to do with reclaiming that energy back within ourselves, so not misusing that energy and not being misused for that energy.
And is that our creative energy, the energy of creation?
The energy of creation. Precisely.
Mm-hmm. Which is again linked to that cosmic egg.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is. So this is such a key part of our own Merkaba life. Body. Learning about how to harness the cosmic egg. And just holding it, just being in it, just delighting in it, like reveling in it. So that's how this fusion occurs of the light matrix. I just heard like the light web, the light, the points of light across the earth. And then it's just a ripple. Because they touch everything and everyone across the earth. There's no disintegration in this light web because the key points and placements have been made.
And
I think that's a message for the workers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And this is important, I presume, at this time as we reach the 21st of December.
Be in your vortex. And allow this light from heaven to flow down into your vortex and cultivate this energy, grow and expand this energy so you're like a supernova symphony of light. It's very powerful. I'm just hearing my daughter tell me it's epic.
Nice. Is there any more information that wants to come through here?
No.
Okay. So a guide is coming to meet you now. And they can appear to you in whatever form is best for you. Look over and you'll see your guide now. Tell me what you see.
I don't know why he's my guide, but he seems to be my guide.
and he has a message for you. So listen to that message and tell me what he says.
There's beams. I don't know if they're beams or they're how you would draw like a magnetic field with, if you were like depicting that through art, there would be the light traveling back and forward between us and then bouncing from us. Bouncing from us like out, radiating it out around us. But there is this, he just showed me the light, this magnetic light between us, and yeah, that's part of the epic. So I feel there's some kind of understanding and trust with that.
So he's showing you this element of your connection.
Mm-hmm.
And it's connected to this light that's coming in right now, is that right?
Yeah, I guess it was part of the epic, but it's very it's very profound.
Mm-hmm.
It's something really to be honored and cherished. And I think there's an understanding between us both on that, of that. Like to be valued, but to be revered.
Mm-hmm.
The power and the connection and the impact on everyone else's lives around us that this has. It's really powerful. It's really So right now it's being utilized for the people in our immediate day-to-day lives and who we come into contact with. And that's like, that's okay and that's beautiful. It's like nothing to be like fearful or ashamed about or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. So while we've got him here, I'm going to ask one of your questions and see what he has to say. So it seems to Heather that your awareness is growing, but the 3D life and opinions seem to be very 3D. And she's wondering what the answer and the insight and the lesson is here.
Well, I'm being told that my ego is interfering. And what I was just showing is what is meant for this period of time. What there is deep awareness and understanding from him, within him. Mm-hmm. And he has a lot of trust in it and actually honoring of it, perhaps more than was previously, because he understands the power within it. So my comments of his life being 3D were, in some regards, my ego projection. Because what is required at this moment in time is for these, like, I'd have to draw it to show you what it looks like, but the magnetic field of light between us and then how that's bouncing out into the vicinity, and that's exactly what's meant to happen right now. But there is like a drawing of the light closer between us. I've just being shown like the magnetic spheres very gradually being drawn closer towards each other, because that is the nature of this connection. So it's like you can't hide from it, you can't force it, you can't delay it, you can't manipulate it. It is what it is, and it is what it will be. And there's fusion in the heart is where it's, as the magnetic polarity come closer, there's a merge within the heart. I don't know if it's two hearts becoming one heart or just a merge within each of our hearts. And then that's linked in with the light. It's linked in with the wings.
So another question Heather had was about the 5D connection sometimes being really, really intense and overpowering, overwhelming. That it's about coming back to purity, but is there any further insights as well as into the dynamics with others in our lives, i.e. kids, parents, families?
The intensity and the overwhelm are the truth of this connection. And so it has to be balanced, delicate. There's a delicate balance and a delicate dance of this energy to let it integrate and to let it infuse, and not only within us but within those around us, because it's not even the same scenario of two people leaving their past lives to be with one another. There is an added aspect of the creative potential that Heather had experienced through this connection. She's being shown the flower of life. So it can be quite blinding. So there needs to be a slow infusion, integration.
And does he have any advice moving forward?
Don't run from it is what just came through.
Is there any advice for the Twin Flame Collective at this time?
It's like we're all branches on this tree of light. And we have to connect with this higher aspect of our collective to allow. They're showing me like a Christmas tree, but at the top of the Christmas tree, there's an orb again, and we're all on branches of this tree, and we all have to connect with the higher aspects, where we're all collectively connected to, and allow the light from there to filter down to just light up all of the baubles and the lights on the Christmas tree.
Nice.
Because we all have different pieces of the puzzle and messages to share with one another.
Mm.
But maybe Christmas is a really important time to connect with this higher aspect, this solstice energy and this Christmas time, and just connecting with our hearts and the higher aspect of this connection. And like the heart fusion, like I mentioned earlier, so connecting with that.
Mm. So it's a good time to go inward and connect with that mutual heart fusion energy that you both have.
I understand now. It's the Christmas star at the top of the tree.
Ah, it's a Christmas. Okay.
Which is the conjunction and so we're all being lit up through this. Which, if we just follow with the footsteps of light, following the inner footsteps, following our path of light, then all will unfold. But connect with the higher aspect, connect with the heart, because this is a gift that we have to connect with. Like, a lot of the people in the collective don't have this ability to connect with this purity of love, and it's for us to share. It's for us to share.
Beautiful. Nice. So we're going to
blinding. Just the light is blinding.
The love is blinding, did you say?
The light from the love is blinding.
Oh.
People have to shield their eyes sometimes because of it. But they will become accustomed. And that's more to do with the people in our, not the twin flames, but the people who we are connected with. The light can be blinding for them. So we have to be mindful not to blind them. The light of purity and truth.
So Heather says she's feeling all of the energies ramping up and affecting her physical body. What can she do to assist her body in integrating? Specifically around the back of the head, she says, is an area that she feels a lot of the pressure and the energy.
After this conjunction, there will be less interference there in that part of the head, and the density that she's felt shifting will not be so intense.
Okay.
However, there again needs to be regular clearing of energy and more mindfulness on energies she is subjected to. His sensitivity is ramping up, will be heightened, and she's already been very spongy. So purity of her environment is important, and spending time within pure environments is a way to recharge. I just heard a noise in the kitchen, and there's an amazing cloud shape outside the window.
Wow. Nice. Excellent. Lovely. Is there any insights on how she can best serve these transitioning times using her gifts?
And by continuing on these two paths that have just been outlined, and also by continuing just everything that's come through in this session is all she needs to know. In terms of the web of light across the planet, and also the light between the beloved, sharing that this is her role. This is all aspects are forming the complete picture.
So we received some lovely information regarding Heather's twin flame connection from her twin flame. Is there any information about their connection, or indeed the collective of twin flames, or all twin flames from the higher self? Is there anything the higher self would like to add?
It's all interlinked with the part of the session where we were seeing the continental divide becoming fusion, right? Is also connected with this dance of the twin flame energy, and it's assisting in the process of fusion, and vice versa. Essentially, there is an undeniable truth of fusion between the twin flame partners. With the fusion in the heart space is also the same with the fusion of the continents, and this is just how things are unfolding.
Beautiful.
But yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else there, or was that? Nope. Well done.
It was just showing me it come together. It's what I saw in the past life regression I had. That was quite a few years ago now, but I just had that there's an undeniable merging that is happening, that has to happen, that cannot be escaped from. So there's no need to thrash around and
stomp feet.
Worried about yeah. Yes, stamp your feet and try and hurry up the fusion. No, there's just this undeniable drifting of continents toward one to collide, kind of thing.
Oh, that's beautiful. Is there any other messages about the collective shifts that are occurring? Any other guidance and wisdom that we need to know at this time? I mean, we've covered loads, but just in case.
Okay, I'm kind of seeing like the light on the planet causing this flowering, like a flowering, and as it does so, it's like the shadows kind of fall back and away, and you know, they just like turn to dust essentially. All of these darker influences are disintegrating with the flowering. It's just what I'm seeing. But the flower had to like pop itself up and out, and that caused the chaos in a way, because all of these dark influences were lined up, and then the flowering, budding, opening process was occurring, and caused them all to fall over and like dominoes. So that's what's causing like the chaos and the instability and that feeling of uncertainty. But there is this flowering that's happening underneath it all, and eventually the darker elements will disintegrate. So that's that's the visual I'm being given for that.
Beautiful.
And I think that's the planet becoming light. It's like it's coming up from the air, from Gaia. So it's like Gaia's becoming birthing. It's like her birthing process almost.